let's go back to our equation. The y is going to be greater than the absolute value of x minus 2. Did it shift to the right or the left?
Right.
Why does
Right.
it shift to the right? Wouldn't it make more sense if it shifted to the left?
What happens? It's non-intuitive, but when you do the mathematics, isn't that what happens? You don't like that, I'm sorry. But when we plugged it in and we tested it, what?
Can you explain again why it was to the right for that
Okay,
equation?
so in this particular case, this is controlling its some value minus 2. Okay, so I have when x is 0, 0 minus 2, but when it's coming out of the absolute value box, it became 2. Okay, so we're dealing with, we have that absolute value thing going on. And we're going to, this is known as a translation, and we're going to see this translation many times. And we will do multiple problems, and it generally has to do with either absolute value or when we square something. Because if I square a -2, what happens to it? It will shift. Okay, so there will be times that, and it's counterintuitive. Yes?
So if it had been a x plus 2, would it have shifted left instead?
Yes. Exactly. Let's do that problem. Let's do the mathematics. So let's just look at this. So I plugged in when x was 0, 0 minus 2, I ended up with a 2. When it was a -2 minus 2 was a -4, comes out of the absolute value box, it was a 4. When it was a positive 2, 2 minus 2 is 0,
No, wait,
comes
wait.
out is 0.
-2 plus 2 would not have been 0.
A positive 2 minus 2 is 0.
No, but like if you were adding.
Okay, we're going to do a separate problem.
Okay.
Okay, so are we good with this one? Please draw a sketch, label it, and I'm going to give you a test. I'm going to give you a quiz.
When?
I don't know, I'm telling you. You need to know this. I don't know when the quiz is, but it's coming. All right, and I will tell you when that quiz is, but I'm just letting you know. I will just ask you, look at this equation. Where is the vertex going to be? Is it going to be on the right or the left? And that I'm asking you, at some point, you can practice these, and that's what we're trying to do, but just like this. I mean, for instance, if I put a negative in front of this minus this 2x, do you know what that graph is going to look like?
Yes.
You know it's going to go down. That's what I'm trying to build in you.
That's going to be a
That
positive
understanding that if you have this, that my vertex is at 0, 0. If I have a minus 2, the absolute value of a minus 2, it has shifted over 2 units. So let's try one. Cassie doesn't believe that it will shift in the other direction.
No, I do believe it will.
Let's prove it.
Maybe when it adds a number within it, it goes
Yeah,
away.
so let's go with y is greater than x plus 2. Let's do it. Let's look at the numbers. Okay, these are good discussions. It's really valuable for you to ask why. How does that work? That's called building an understanding. I don't want you just to commit it to memory. It's like, okay, because I want you to see how it works. So you just keep asking your questions. Those why questions are good. Okay, Mike?
So this quiz you're talking about, are we just going to have to say which side it's on?
Yeah, I mean, just asking you, like,
Sure.
where would it be? Would it shift to the right or the left?
Oh, that's
Okay.
it. So we're not going to have to tell where it is.
Maybe at another point.
For the second thing, you if you're able to put the sign on that,
I'm sorry, what?
for that, like, y is greater than or equal to x plus 2.
I don't have to flip it. The only time I'm doing that is when I'm doing it on a number line, my values of x.
That one's to the left.
Okay, so let's just plug it in. So when x is 0, what is y?
2.
2. Okay? When x is, and I usually always try positive and negative values.
Zero.
So when y is a -2 and -2 plus 2 is 0. How about if I have a 2? When x is 2, and 2 is 4. All right, let's see what we have. Let's graph it. And I know that when x is 0, y is 2. When x is a negative 2, 1, 2, y is 0. When x is positive 2, I have a 4. Okay, so since it's facing upward, where does it make sense to test another point? On the negative side, because I know somewhere it has to be like that, and it appears that it may be on this side. So let's go with what? 3? So negative 4? Okay, so negative 4. So when x is a negative 4, negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. The absolute value is 2. So it is up 2. Okay, and had we done negative 3, negative 3 plus 2 is a negative 1, comes out of that, and it would have been a 1. Have we found the vertex?
Yes.
Okay, so did we end up shifting to the left? And why does it do that, Cassie?
I have no idea.
Anybody help her out? Why does it shift? Stephen?
Is it when you have a negative number and a positive number within that absolute value? Or does that have anything to do with it?
It's all about the absolute value. Had it not been a had we just done, well, I mean, think about it, the absolute value. Kayla?
Can we do this with like a problem? You don't have to do it, but I'm just wondering like y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 4?
A negative, where's the negative? Here or in here?
Like inside.
So a negative. So what do you think would happen to
That
that?
makes much more sense. Okay, Jesse.
What did you say, Jess?
You have to think of the plus 2 as the b in the y equals mx plus b. And the only reason it's b is because it's an absolute value.
Right.
So it has to move over just like across the y value at the designated point.
Okay.
It makes much more sense than if it's negative, it goes one way. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no, that's very good. Nice, that was a nice explanation. Nice job. Okay, so, let's graph. All right, so we have an absolute value function. What do we know is true about a function? What is true about a function?
It's a straight line.
Okay, so for every value of x, is there one unique value for
It's a straight
y?
line.
Okay, well, do we have, I mean, for every value of x, is there one unique value for y?
Yep.
Okay. So. Let's see. Okay, let's try this one. Now, I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to ask you to think of something. What was the difference in this graph and this graph? What is the difference between these two graphs? Daniel? They're steeper. Okay, what do you think might happen with that 4? Think about that V. Yeah.
It's gonna be like really close.
Yeah, it's going to be steeper. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, we're going to do one other thing. And what do you think this might do? So here's my absolute value. I know, what did this do? Shifted it. So do we know where this is going to cross the x-axis? Is it on the right or the left?
It's on the left.
This is going to be on the left. Is it going to be a little steeper?
Yep.
What else do you think that 3 might do? Daniel?
Move it down first.
Move it down. Okay, so I'm going to show you, take out your graphing calculator, I'm going to show you how to do that.
Do you want me to stop it when it gets to 12 minutes? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So you can pause it like right now. Okay. Stop.